Hello, Giants, and welcome to Wake Up with Giants Radio. I'm Cola, the RPG, here with Ryan the Lion Morris in studio today, and Nadine Larder, aka Gam Gam.
Gam Gam in the house.
I love
in the
Gam
house,
Gam.
and it's not burned down or anything.
Yeah, right before we went on air, Gam Gam's house almost burned down. Like,
Gam Gam, the
and
cook.
she's laughing about it. Yeah.
It's because-
How many followers? 70,000, or what did you just hit on TikTok?
I'm at about 85,000 combined because I have two. accounts. Don't tell the people on TikTok that I burned my
85,000 people, and she cooks like amazing. She just the skillet got a little hot.
Just got a little hot.
I did.
A little hot.
It's so funny. And luckily, I closed my office door. You are hot in that track. Come on. Anybody who saw your photo shoot knows that you are looking hot in that tracksuit. The belly button pictures are the funniest.
And my finger on my belly button. Oh, somebody said something. Oh, it was Jen Walter said something about the neighbors. Like, what do the neighbors think? And hi, Natalie. And I was like, well, it was weird that I was using their front porch as the place to do my photo shoot. And
that was hysterical.
It was actually my front porch, but it was a good comment anyway.
That was so damn funny. It was. That was one of the first things I saw on social media this morning. I did get a nice chuckle.
You're welcome.
Yes.
I got to get some more people on here. We'll get Alex on here. We'll get some people that are laugh with us and hang out. Hugh needs to show up. Where's Jen Walter when you need her? We'll
where is Jen? She would really appreciate, as would Alex, that I, have a very smoke-filled house out there.
We're just tagging them right now. It is happening. Well,
oh my God!
The day's not done, so I'm gonna tag Steve Hardison needs to come on here.
Hey,
we'll say hello. Oh, there's Hugh. He is here. He's here.
Hi, Hugh.
Nice to see you, buddy.
Hi.
Oh, see, and Natalie's got us going. So Natalie, tag away. Get everybody in here. We need these people to see this.
Cool. Well, and I'm so excited about our topic today: how to heal your life. This really lights me up. So I would love for Nadine to share with our viewers who may not know who you are. I know I pretended like I know because I've kind of been stalking you on social media.
You can stalk me anytime. You're the kind of stalker that I welcome, This
Here's
guy.
Something interesting. Oh, yeah.
The guy in the track.
The guy in the tracksuit? No.
Oh my gosh. Well,
I love when he calls me Gam. I have to tell you that I freaking love when Ryan shows up on my posts and says, Gam Gam.
I've adopted her as my grandma.
Well, I was reading her bio and she was saying in here that she has Gam Gam to 3. And I was thinking, is Ryan included in those 3?
Apparently it's 4 now. I'm so sorry, Ryan.
It's okay.
I'm so sorry. It's
okay. I know my play. I know where I'm at. It's cool.
I'm just so glad that my health is in order so that we can play, and do, grandparent things, do like blocks. Like the other day, River, my granddaughter, she was playing with the blocks I got her, I can now sit on the floor. I didn't used to be able to do that.
That's amazing, right? That's amazing. Yeah. If you see like before and after, like where Gam Gam is. Oh, she got it right there. Boom.
Oh wait, hang on. Let me put.
Oh.
Let's pull it out. Let's show. We got to show. It's important.
I got to tell the viewers a little bit about my experience around Gam Gam too.
People do not understand until you go. Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's really, really, really important. When I show this picture of myself, it's really important to me. I'm backwards, so I'm like trying to figure out. It's very important to me that people know that I look at this beautiful woman and have nothing but love and compassion for her. I do. I'm not holding this up and going, ew, yuck, the way I used to. That's how I used to talk to myself. But with love and like, wow, you tried so hard. I know how hard you tried. And I love that version of myself. I had to.
With losing weight or becoming the person that you hope to become, that's an important step. And we'll talk about that too, is loving yourself. I think so, personally. I'll tell you my experiences behind that too.
Most. There's nothing
Hands
more
down.
important. Yeah.
Let me tell them about my experience about Gam Gam real quick, and then we'll dive into. You can introduce yourself for reals.
Should I
Yes. Oh,
should
see,
I
it's
be
right
scared?
there.
Should I be nervous?
There he is, right there. Look at my tracksuit, Steve. Breaking both legs, full bore. It is tracksuit Thursday. Townsend Wardlaw, you're welcome. There we are.
I love you, Steve Hardison.
Yeah.
I love him so much.
My experience around Gam Gam came when Nick wrote The Giants and the Smalls, sent a book to Steve Hardison that said, do not give this book away, because Steve is famous at giving away his gifts, right? Do not give this book away. I had specific instructions. And I was like, Nick, it's gone. You might as well just write it off. It's gone. But there couldn't have been a better person on the planet to get that book. And we'll post the video. I've got the video queued.
It really is a great video.
There's a great video on serendipity.
Yeah, it's the best way to see it is just to, I mean, it's like I could tell the story now. It's not nearly as impactful.
Yeah.
Because it was like I told the story like right when it happened immediately. I was still sitting in the car. Go ahead. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Right there in front of his house. Like you were showing the street sign and everything. He had his address. You can find Steve Hardison. But it was amazing. And Nadine painted the 1111 wall at Steve Hardison's house. We have the Ultimate Experience coming up on the 23rd of January. We'll all be down there wearing our
I can't wait.
Crazy.
I cannot wait. It's gonna be like there better be an after party.
Oh,
like
we
better be partying like
talked about
rock stars.
There's the event, and then there's the event.
That's right.
The after party too.
That's right.
We'll get
Alex promised. Alex said there was. Alex, I see you there. You promised there was an after party.
Alex wore his suit today too.
I didn't see any.
Go Alex. Go find Alex Dumas.
I didn't see Alex's. Mm-hmm. I didn't see that. I'm gonna have to stalk his.
Laying on his bed like.
Okay, I have to go stalk
like that. Yeah, you gotta watch that.
Yeah, I'm not the only stalker.
I have to look. I have to see this.
It was amazing. Absolutely amazing.
You keep talking about me.
Yeah, Marina Lazaris from the UK, from London. Actually, I saw her post and it reminded me that it was Tracksuit Thursday, and then started tagging away and it was an awesome day wearing a tracksuit. Boom! There it is right there. Oh, Alex, you're looking good, buddy. Yeah. He was working out.
I love you.
He was out there. He was hitting the punching bag. Like he was.
I was supposed to do my workout today, and
What kind of help, Alex?
Get Ryan some help. What do you think I'm here for?
Yeah, that's why we brought Gam Gam on.
Here today.
His grandmother is here. It's fine.
It's fine. I got parental supervision, grandparental supervision. Yeah. Oh, I'll come on.
We knew that this was going to be.
This is the show of
fun.
Shows.
Yeah. Yes. I knew it was going to be fun because I'm hella fun. I knew you're hella fun.
Nicole is hella fun.
Whoever left me and Ryan unsupervised, this is what happens.
Nicole is our HR department, and
wow, you have that? That's cool.
Yeah.
I also called the naughty office.
I need some supervision too. Okay, Natalie. Am I going to see Natalie? Are you going to be there on the 23rd?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh yeah, there's going to be.
Are you coming, Nicole?
There's a Utah wave coming down.
I am so excited. It really is like just big family reunion, a Facebook family reunion.
He doesn't even know. I don't think he's on at the moment. He's going to see this and then.
He's going to go, oh, man.
He already knows. He knows.
Why did I give them the keys? Why?
Yeah. It's funny. But you know what? I want to dive in because there's some important nuggets that are buried inside of this conversation. And I can't wait for them to come out because I know who you are. I know who Nicole is. I know who I am. And between the three of us, we're going to find them. We're gonna dig them out. We're gonna share them.
I got some nuggets.
I know you do. So
Yeah.
with all fanfare and glory, I'm passing the baton. Oh wait, this way.
Yeah.
I know it's all back. Oh, that's right.
I passed it to you. So Gam Gam, tell us a little bit about yourself, and then let's fire this thing up.
Let's see. Well, I'm Nadine Larder. My grandkids call me Gam Gam. And when I started my TikTok channel, I just thought, well, that's kind of cute and easy to remember. And branding is like really super important to me, which is why when I got my Giants shirt, because I'm a giant.
Yes.
Yes. Giant. When I got my Giants shirt, I have the merch. I made sure that, it matches my branding. So the Gam Gam just is too cute. It's like people remember Gam Gam. And what's funny is that, it's a big deal when you pick your grandmother name. And I know I'm going on a tangent here, but it seems like it's a good idea to explain where it came from. Jen is in the house. Don't you? You just love everything about Jen. What's not to love? And she has the best shoes. We have a picture. We have a picture of our shoes together because Jen and I were at the wall together. Yes.
Oh, you were?
Yes. I took Jen to see the wall. We had a date at the wall and we took pictures of our shoes.
Jen's coming.
I know. Yeah. I can't wait. So my daughter, and when you find out you're going to be when you find out you're going to be a grandmother, one of the questions that everybody, so what is your grandmother name going to be? And I'm like, I don't know. I just Gammy. No, it's Gam Gam. So I hadn't picked my name. I hadn't picked it. And my granddaughter's like, I don't know, 3-4 weeks old. My daughter calls me and she goes, hey, Mom, I think you have your grandmother name. I'm like, I do? What is it? She goes, well, when I've been talking to River about you, I just keep calling you Gam Gam. So apparently your grandmother name is Gam Gam. I'm like, she can call me shithead. I don't like whatever.
Whatever. Yeah, who cares? Yeah.
Okay, Gam Gam works. So, and now she's 2.5 and I call, and my daughter, because I FaceTime all the time because she's in California, I'm in Arizona. And so I'll FaceTime to say hi to the babies. And I do have a very distinct voice, I've heard. And so my daughter answers the phone. I go, hey, honey. And in the background, you hear, Gam Gam. And it just melts me. And that little girl.
Speaking of your voice too, just real quick, I will scroll, with the sound on TikTok or on Reels or whatnot, and I won't even. I swiped up so fast it went to the next one, but I had heard your voice. And I was like, back down. That's Gam Gam.
I do. I have such a distinct voice. I'm trying not to work. I'm not trying. I am not working in my printing business anymore. I retired. Okay. But my daughter who took over the business, she still needs a little help now and then. And so she's like, can you pick up the phone? So I'm like, okay, but what's the name? She goes, just say you're Julie. I'm like, fine. So I answer the phone. This is Julie. And the lady's like, who is this? I said, Julie. She goes, I've talked to you before. And I'm like, I don't think so. I don't think we've ever talked before. I'm like, this doesn't work. My voice is too recognizable.
Can't get away from us.
No.
Can't change your name.
No.
Recognize.
No.
Never ever.
But I finally got her to believe my name was Julie. Anyway, so
how did Gam Gam get started in because you already showed, spoiler alert, she showed us the before and after, so we know this is what Gam Gam used to look like, this is what Gam Gam now looks like. So how'd you get started down this path of healing your body and health and cooking?
It's like, so in 2015, when I coached with Steve Hardison, in my first session, then the reason I even bring this up is so people know how desperate I was to lose weight. Desperate. I had tried every diet known to mankind. I'm serious.
Who at home feels that way? Because I've been in that boat. Like I've been there.
All of them.
Where it's like, I've tried just about anything that would work,
anything,
that I
everything.
thought would work. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And, coaching with Steve is a serious investment. And that is how desperate I was, is to, what do I do? How, this is my Achilles heel. That was the thing I said to him in our coaching call, in our first coaching session, not a call. And so that's how desperate I was. And I did work on that with Steve, but it still kept snowballing until I ended up 80 pounds heavier than I am now. I was incredibly obese, and the turning point was for the first 6 months of 2018, I could not get out of bed. And the energy that you experience me here now is normal. This is my normal energy. This is who I be. This is how I am all the time. It's not an act. This is my personality. I just show up as me.
A lot like me.
I am. I am. I just, this is me. Well, imagine this personality stuck in a bed for 6 months. And my body was so weak and so sick that I could not. I live in a single-story house that is very smoky at the moment. And I couldn't even walk from my bedroom to the kitchen. Barely. I was so damn sick. And so, I'm in bed. I don't know what to do. And then my daughters are both graduating, one from 8th grade, one from high school. And there's pictures and pictures. And I saw those pictures and it broke my heart. And I got to the point where I just had to accept that I am fat. I am fat. I am going to be fat for the rest of my life. And God dang it, I better learn to like myself.
What comes up, and because that's a big realization, whether it's
well, I mean, I already had the
where
fact.
you are, right?
Yes,
this is the facts. This is where I am.
I was so overweight. I wish I had a pair of pants in here yesterday, and I had to move them out because we have a guest. I wish I had them. They're in the other room. I can maybe go get them later, but it's shocking. And it was just, my health had deteriorated. And it was just like all of a sudden I went from, I'm this energetic, bubbly person to, I'm so sick, I cannot get out of bed. I was painting on Facebook Live all the time. And I would try to go live on Facebook. I couldn't make it through a broadcast because I couldn't breathe. Wow. And so I stopped painting on Facebook Live because I physically couldn't do it. I couldn't talk. I couldn't speak. I couldn't breathe. I was just having asthma attacks every day. And I thought I was going to die of an asthma attack. I really was so sure that my death certificate was going to say died of an asthma attack. And I have 2 TikTok channels. One of my TikTok channels, there's a video because I wanted people to see what's possible. I'm not trying to show people how sick I was. I want people to know what's possible when you're that sick. And so one of the videos that is on, you're so sweet, Alex. One of the videos that is on my second TikTok channel is of me having an asthma attack when I was 80 pounds heavier than I am right now. And it's because I was so sick, I couldn't even go to the doctor. I couldn't make it to the doctor. I was too sick. And so I'm recording this video to send it to my doctor so that my doctor can save me. I just didn't even know what to do. And so in June of 2018, I had a come to Jesus meeting with myself and said, you have got to get over it. You have got to learn to love and accept yourself as a fat person. Because what are you going to do? Spend the rest of your life hating yourself every day because you're fat? You got to stop. You got to stop. And so I stopped. I just made the choice that I had to love and nurture myself. And it was with, the work with Steve, my coach, Allison, my coach, Julia, my therapist. Trust me when I tell you, I do a lot of reading. I love therapy. I love coaching. I love outside advice. And I tried everything. And so that led to, okay, if I love myself, then I have to take care of myself. And my diabetes, because I did develop diabetes, I was never officially diagnosed, but trust me when I tell you, I had diabetes because I was developing neuropathy. And if you don't know what neuropathy is, it's when you start losing feelings in your extremities. And my father has had surgery to have part of his toes have had to be removed because of diabetes and neuropathy. And so it was terrifying to be sitting, like if I'd be sitting in a chair like this long enough, I couldn't feel my feet anymore.
Yeah.
It was very scary. And so I decided that even though I could just, my intuition told me sugar is killing you. That was my intuition. Nobody said it to me. I just knew that sugar was killing me. And so I decided on June 19th, 2018, with lots of tears, I'm not going to lie. It was a very, very, very hard day for me. I decided to break up with sugar, my lover.
Which can be a very tumultuous breakup.
Yes. And so
sugar or your lover.
Right. So I broke up with sugar and I have not had it since. Does it sneak in every, like if I am out and I want ketchup? Yes. Because
You
like
gotta
at
have
my
ketchup. That's like
at my house, I have sugar-free ketchup. However,
terrible.
when I'm out, they don't have it. And yes, I fully agree with what Alex just said. That was my drug of choice. And the thing that I recognized as I went through my journey, and I did spend a lot of time, one of the paintings on the wall is called Go Within or Go Without. And it's a quote from Jody Veer that Steve told me that Jody Veer said in a session one time. And I did a lot of within. I did a lot of within during my journey because I realized I did not go on a diet. It's very important that I did not go on a diet. I will never, ever go on a diet again. I did adapt a lifestyle of not eating sugar. I do not eat any processed foods. I am very low in the carbohydrates, and I follow it's like, I hate saying the word because people poo-poo it, but I follow a keto lifestyle. And a keto lifestyle.
Look, y'all. Got my almonds here.
You gotta have that.
Got my keto snaps.
It's so you just feel so good. Don't you feel great?
If I like find myself out of ketosis or I do something, and for me it's I haven't had the rip the Band-Aid off sugars all the way out of my lifestyle. Sometimes I'll go back into something for a little bit, like for a holiday.
Right.
But for me, I've built the lifestyle to where it's not a hard thing anymore. So I can go right back into keto.
Yeah.
It takes a few days for it to come back in. But, oh my gosh, my body, I had stomach issues before.
Focus.
I don't have any stomach issues. Yeah. Like the way
no
that I am
indigestion,
now. Right?
No gas, nothing. You just
heartburn's
never
gone. Like anything
gone. I missed that last comment.
Oh, it was Natalie's talking about
cutting out
sugar and how it makes you cry. The withdrawals from sugar is a real thing.
It can be.
It really is.
You know what's interesting though? Once you stop that, once you get off of it, the hunger pains go away.
It's all gone.
It's gone. It takes a little bit of time. You'll taste it for a while. Like you'll know what that taste tastes like. That chocolate is good. I know it is. That ice cream's amazing.
But I eat chocolate all the time.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's the thing that I want people to know. It's like, my new program. I have my new program the program that I'm currently running that is coming up on the 26th is called Fulfilled. And Fulfilled is about teaching people how to eat chocolate and candy and all of the best food in the whole wide world without eating any sugar, processed food, gluten. It's just teaching people, you just have to learn how to put the ingredients together. It's just different. It's just, you have to relearn how to prepare food.
I heard like, and what happened with me, and that maybe this is probably the experience with a lot of people that are on keto, your palate changes a little bit too. So as soon as sugar's gone out of my system, what's interesting is like so this is dark chocolate.
I love
my mom, I gave her one of them and she's like, oh, it's bitter, because she's so used to the amount of carbohydrates, the amount of sugar in there. For me, I'll have one of these now and I'm like, oh, that's sweet.
Yep.
It's
so it is good for you.
How that happens, right?
Yeah, and dark chocolate is good for you in moderation. It really is. And I got to tell you, for the dark chocolate, they now have these new chocolate chips at Costco that I highly recommend. What is happening?
You're welcome, Costco.
They are so good, these chocolate chips, and they're dark chocolate. They're delicious. And so, yeah, you're right. I don't miss candy. Well, I eat candy all the time. So I don't miss sugar. I don't miss processed foods.
When you talk processed foods too, you like list off some of those, like the main
my drug of choice, Wheat Thins and Cheez-Its.
Yeah, I can understand those.
That was my at night when I would go and start grazing and doing what I did, I would eat the Cheez-Its and the Wheat Thins. I was just like, stop at the pantry, grab a handful, because if you don't serve it, it doesn't count.
Yeah. Right
out of the box.
Yeah.
And so, and I destroyed my health. One little snack of Wheat Thins at a time. And the thing about it is if people said to me like, improve your diet, I didn't really feel like I ate bad, because I wasn't the person who ever one time in my life, ever, not one time, ate a bag of potato chips. I've never one time in my life eaten a bag of potato chips. I've never eaten a container of cookies ever in my life. I've never eaten a container of sat with people talk about I sat with the Ben and Jerry's. I've never done any of that. I started my first diet when I was 7. Maybe 6. I don't know. My mom started depriving me of fat and calories when I was very little, because I loved milk. And so she took me off 2% milk, because that's what they thought back then. Fat makes you fat. Newsflash, fat doesn't make you fat. Sugar is what makes you fat. Processed foods is what makes you fat, not fat. Fat does not make you fat.
But that doesn't sell for the food companies, right? So
and it's the addictive factor. They can get you addicted with sugar. Is like 8 times more addictive than cocaine.
It's so addictive. But once you're off of it and you have your life back and your health back and you feel better,
don't go do cocaine though.
You don't miss it. Like I do. I do not miss sugar.
Or cocaine. What am I going to do tonight? Don't do it.
I don't miss any of it. I eat way too good. The food I eat I've never eaten better food in my life.
I have seen your videos and I've watched them and I'm like, oh my gosh.
You should see the taco pie I just posted. It was so good. Oh, and tonight I made, when I was smoking out my house, I was making stuffed sun-dried tomato, stuffed chicken with sun-dried tomato and a sauce on top. Oh, I made it with Boursin cheese. It was so good, because I tasted it really quick to make sure I wasn't poisoning the guest. So I tasted it real quick before I ran in here.
I'd probably give it to them first just to make sure nothing bad happened. Right. Taste it, see if it's okay.
Oh, it's delicious. And that taco pie was so good. I really just make really good food. And it's not my ego talking. It's a fact.
Is it hard to do?
No.
So there's people that you're like, oh, well, I don't cook. I don't know how to cook.
No, that's the thing about people who follow me on TikTok is that, and I get this comment all the time, and I get it in my Facebook group, is I love your recipes because they are so easy. I am a very good cook, and I'm also a very simple cook.
I love that.
I am not, the ingredients that I use are not like these weird, crazy things you've never heard of before. All of it, especially if you follow a keto lifestyle, all of it's stuff you have in your pantry. you know, you might need to get some almond flour because you probably don't have that if you don't follow a keto lifestyle. Exactly. But yeah, my recipes are super, super easy. That taco pie was hecka easy. That was so easy. Are you looking at it?
I'm finding it here. Hold on.
Ryan, while you pull that up, maybe we can go to break for 2 minutes.
Is it break time already?
I think it is. Is it?
I'm
going to go have some taco pie. I'll be back.
I'm going to have some burnt chicken.
Well, what we're going to do for just a second, Nadine, was we're going to stay live on socials. We'll pause for just 1 second for radio when we strip the audio.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll talk and hang out with social media. I'll let you guys know when we're like 15 seconds out or something. 10 seconds out.
We'll be right back on Wake Up with Giants Radio with Nadine Larder.
Gam Gam.
Gam Gam.
I'm your Gam Gam.
Yeah, you are my Gam Gam. I know she's mad that I called her by her name. She's like, that's not my name. Alex, no break.
No break. He said no almond flour? What did he say? He's like, my nickname in high school was almond flour. Everyone was trying to get me.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It was
Alex.
No break.
Ryan, you need some gold chains. I have some.
You know what's funny about that? Okay, so story time. Right before I came on, I was looking around for a gold chain. And I have some somewhere. There's like, not like I have gold scattered all over the house, but there are some chains hanging around. So
that's funny. It sounds like I have one of those on my purse. I have a wallet purse thing, and
that's what
my husband is like, that chain on that purse could kill someone. I'm like,
self-defense.
Exactly.
Don't mess with Gam Gam's purse.
We're about 20 seconds.
When we're back live, I really need to talk about number 1, the new journal, and number 2, the conversation I had with Steve Hardison a few days ago.
Yes.
About being, because we're all in the being mode right now.
Yes, we are.
Let's dig into that.
Okay. Let's start right.
And 5,000 things.
Yeah.
5,000 things. I don't have that journal here. Anyway.
Welcome back to Wake Up with Giants Radio. We're here with Gam Gam, also known as Nadine Larder. See how I switched it that time? So
I like it.
Don't my Gam Gam.
That's right. Because when you see me on social media, I love seeing your posts. Gam Gam.
Like, this makes it look like we were talking about like whips and chains or something. We were talking during the break. We were talking about like I should have a gold chain on, and then Nadine was talking about Gam Gam, said, hey, I've got one on my purse that's heavy, and then I can beat people with it.
I can. You, Yacht, not you, Nadine. Don't hurt me.
If you read that fast, that could sound weird or interesting. Oh, he's talking about me.
I'm about to
hey, Alex brings up a good point.
We'll be the canceled gang together.
We also said be Atman. Batman.
Batman.
So we're gonna talk about being.
Being.
Yeah, because if you can't be yourself, you be Batman. But we're gonna talk about ways of being.
Let's talk about that. It's a very important subject. And Steve Hardison
experience.
And the ultimate
I dropped that, Alex. I got you. Bro.
And the ultimate coach. I directed somebody to you today, Alex. I directed a woman by the name of Lynn to you today, Alex, because Steve directed her to reach to you to get a ticket. Anyway, it was a little
Alex knows some peeps.
Alex is a hookup.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's my ticket from Alex.
That's right. That's how I got my ticket.
Yeah, right.
Alex.
That's right. Alex is the man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's pushing the tickets.
Don't let that go to your head, Alex.
Don't let it go to your head. So Steve, I finished reading The Ultimate Coach. I've only read it one time so far. And when I read it, I didn't read it. I studied it. I didn't go fast. I learned this from Steve. I just have to really quick side tangent. I do have ADD. I'm at Steve's house one day, and he had The Way of Mastery sitting on the table, and it's sitting on the patio table, and he goes, Nadine, what do you think is in that book? I said, Steve, I know exactly what's in that book. And he goes, really? I said, yeah. If you open the book, there's like all kinds of highlights and writing. Yeah, it's the best book. That book is seriously one of the best books in the whole wide world. Right there with the Course in Miracles. And The Ultimate Coach is a great book too.
Yeah.
So he says, you know, what's in there? And of course, the giants and the smalls, duh, I have that right there too. And so he cracks it open. And of course, I was right. There's notes, there's no space in the, there's everywhere there's writing, highlighting, notes, etc., etc. And so I'm at dinner later that night with my husband, and I go, I just realized that Steve doesn't read books. I just realized he doesn't read the books. He studies them. I didn't know that there was a difference until just this minute in time.
I audible them.
I didn't know. See, I like to audible sometimes too. Like a Happy Pocket Full of Money, audible, but I did order the book because I need to highlight it.
That
it's
is
such
a fantastic book. Happy Pocket Full of Money.
It is such a good book. 5,000. And I did write a journal. I have another journal that goes with that book. But anyway.
Way of Being. Here we go.
The Way of Being. So when I worked with Steve, of course, we talked about being. We talked about creating yourself every day. We talked about declaring declarations. I did my declarations. I did all of it. And I took it, you know, it was a huge investment. I took every second very serious. And it still didn't like sink in totally. So I'm reading Ultimate Coach, and it's sinking in more and more. And, you know, mind you, I spent 5 months at Steve's house for almost every day. And he was there reminding me about being because I would be painting the wall and I'd get stuck. I would get stuck in my.
I posted that picture of Facebook. So if you go through the chat, people at home.
Which one of the wall?
1111 wall and the serendipity.
So yeah, the wall is really beautiful. It is not of me, it is through me. And so then he called, and so I'm reading the book and it's really sinking in. And then he calls me last week, and I'm just about to do this class on being. And he calls me and he's like, Nadine, and I'm sorry, Steve, if you're watching, and I don't have the exact quote right. This is not a verbatim quote.
That's how I heard it. This is how I heard
Nadine, it. This is how I heard it. This is how I can regurgitate it. Is Nadine, do you know what doing comes from? Being. Nadine, it comes from being. Do you know what being comes from? I said thinking. And he said, you're thinking. Your thoughts determine what you're being, and your being determines what you're doing. And Nadine, when you were out front of the wall, because I posted in the group, I think what prompted him to even share this with me is because I said in the group that when I would start painting, it would all melt away. I'd be very anxious. I'd want to throw up. Want to vomit. I was just a stressed out mess. And I'd get the paintbrushes, and then I would go into being. And I would be the artist that I am, and I would start painting, and it would just all melt away. And Steve said, Nadine, it's not that you weren't being when you were out front and nervous. It's that you were being anxious. You weren't not being, you're always being. It's just a matter of what are you being? And whatever you're being is going to dictate whatever you're doing.
I'm tracksuiting.
You are tracksuiting for sure. And so when I'm teaching, and, you know, and then in the book, AJ Richards, which is also one of my friends.
He is a great man. I love AJ Richards.
Yes.
Well, that was a serendipitous moment because Nick ran into him by accident. I'm going to tell this story quick.
Oh, because he's in
Utah.
By
accident in southern Utah. He was paddleboarding, needed a pump. And Nick looked over and said, hey, bro, you need a pump? This will make it way easier. And he was like, yeah, that's cool. I'm AJ Richards. And they start talking, and he said, do you know Steve Hardison? Yeah, I know Steve Hardison. Weird.
Wow.
All from needing a pump.
AJ's great. Well, I met AJ the same day I met Steve, because Steve introduced me to AJ.
I still haven't met AJ personally, but I have taught his daughter at an elementary school when we showed up to teach the Giants.
Wow, that's so cool. He is a very, very nice man.
Mm-hmm.
And so AJ wrote one of the quotes that AJ wrote in the book, which I really, really just think about this, party people. And I'm not gonna quote it perfectly because I don't remember it perfectly. But it was basically that people who are fat do what fat people do.
Mm.
And that was not the exact quote. That's the gist of it. And so if I really think about who I was being a fat person, and therefore I did what fat people do. And I'm not bagging on anybody who has had a weight problem. Trust me, I get it. I'm just saying, and I don't like the word fat, but that's how I used to talk to myself, and the example that I can give you and the thing that I want to say that makes that really brings it home is I used to tell myself every single day of my life, you're fat. You're fat. You're overeating. You're not enough. You need to lose weight. You are fat. You are fat. You are fat. You are fat. I told this woman every single day of her life that she's fat. And do you notice anything about this woman? She ain't fat. This woman is not fat. I'm going backwards. I'm not fat. But every day I told myself I was fat. And words matter. And I use the word matter because words materialize. They materialize. And so I materialized the words that I spoke about myself every day. I manifested it into the physical being of who I was. Words matter, exactly. And this woman who is not fat, I weighed the same that I do now. I weighed probably less than I do now in this picture. But I kept telling myself I was fat every day because that's what I was taught. And that is what I taught my kids.
What are you telling yourself at home? Like, so those people that are listening to this is a chance to listen to Nadine and how Gam Gam, was doing this and how she was being, how she was playing small, right, in life. And then take inventory, sit back right now and take a good hard look. How, whether it's weight, whether it's whatever it is, how you're being,
right?
This is a great opportunity to look at yourself and how are you speaking to yourself,
and how it materializes. And what I did is I invite you all. I recently released this. I just published this journal. It's called Grab a Pen Instead. It is a wellness journal, and it is so that you can track your food. It's also, this is to me the most important part of this journey, of this journal, is your affirmations. So every week in this journal, I designed this journal with all of the coaching that I have done to help people learn how to reprogram their thinking. Because if you are going to lose weight, why does dieting not work? Dieting, scientific, this is scientific stat. Dieting has a 95% fail rate. I am part of that 95% fail rate. Right? And so what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting something different to happen. And the one thing that every diet program misses is helping people learn how to love and accept the body that they are in so that they want to take care of it. If we don't love our bodies, if we don't love ourselves, we are not going to take care of the package. I didn't love myself to take care of the package. I didn't love myself enough to take care of the packaging. And once I started loving myself, the taking care of the packaging just followed. I was not trying to lose weight. Loving myself resulted in me losing 80 pounds. I loved myself then. I loved myself healthy. And I did this exercise in the group. There's the class is called Grab a Pen Instead. There is a free masterclass. It's on Facebook. I am on a mission to help people realize where it starts and how to heal their bodies. I want to help people find their way back to wellness desperately, because I know I was not living. I was surviving. I would get to at this time when I was really sick, I would look at my watch at like 6 o'clock. I had fibromyalgia. I love you too, Alex. I love you too. I would look at my watch at like 6 o'clock because I had fibromyalgia, and I'd go, no, I have to get through 4 more hours. How am I going to do it? It hurts. And I would cry, and I would go to my husband and I'd be like, babe, I can't do this. I am in so much pain. I don't know how I'm going to get through the rest of the night. Like, I have 2 more hours to go. I have 3 more hours to go. And it was just, I was in hell. Mm-hmm. And so I want to talk about one of the exercises I did in my Grab a Pen Instead. Grab a Pen Instead. This journal is going to be life-changing. It's on Amazon. If you search on Amazon, NJL, Nadine Jeanette Larder, NJL Designs, you will find the 5,000 Things journal. You will find Grab a Pen Instead, because it's a long story. I'm not even going to go into that. But Grab a Pen Instead is in there, and it's going to be life-changing for those who get it. It just was released. So the exercise that I had people go through is to write down 10 things that they think about themselves. Not the nice things. I'm talking about the things that are unkind. So I am fat. I am not loved. I am lazy. These are the things I used to say to myself.
Thoughts that are going in your head, right? Get honest.
Not right? This person. Not this person.
Not now, but right.
Not now. Yes.
Right.
Yes. Okay. So if the words that you speak to yourself matter and materialize and manifest into the physical form, I am fat turns into obesity and disease. I am not loved turns into I don't love myself. I'm lazy turns into no steps taken. Why would I take any steps to heal myself? I'm lazy. I'm not a doer. I'm not a shaker. I'm lazy. So why would I do anything to fix my situation if that is how I feel about myself? And you saw where it landed me. It materialized. And this woman tried everything. And I love that she tried everything.
There's something in that, right? There speaks volume of, determination, effort, all these things, which also shows that there's a lot of good things in you. So if you start speaking those good things.
Yes, there is a tremendous amount of things that are beautiful and brilliant about me. They were just covered in all of my negative thinking. And I think we're all taught not to say kind things to ourselves, because if you are kind to yourself, then, you're got a big ego and, all the other stuff.
I talk kind to myself all the time. I just sent one over.
Good. You have to. You are awesome. And you are tracksuit fabulous.
There was Nick. He joined again. You're welcome.
That's so funny.
It makes the zipper the zipper sound.
Oh, that's so funny. Hilarious. Funny. So I changed my thinking. And I changed what materialized. And I am here to tell you, you could work out till you're blue in the face. It ain't going to work. Mm-hmm. It is not going to work. I read a study this morning. There was new studies. I think it was in Time magazine or something, that, the There is new science research out there that tells you people who work out do not lose weight.
Yeah.
Working out is important. I'm committed to doing it 3 times a week. I did not work out at all to lose 80 pounds. I think that's important to say. And the reason it's important to say is because it's 100% about what you are feeding and fueling your body with. If you want to feel better, fuel better.
I'll tell you, I did a very similar thing
Mm-hmm.
and lost 67 pounds. And once
I'm
I
so
did
happy
exactly,
for you.
thank you, once the exact same scenario with 0 working out and tried a ton of different things, and it would work for a little bit and then boom, 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 or it would come back with a vengeance and gain weight. And I'm like, what is going on? This is crazy. It's the yo-yo dieting, right? All
And you
this,
add
all the
10.
stuff. Yeah, it
Add
was
10.
crazy. And
That's what
then
happens.
finally just got sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I said, I'm gonna love on Ryan. I'm gonna accept Ryan. I started hugging myself, looking myself in the mirror, telling myself that I love, holding
Yes.
myself, saying it's okay. Thank you for showing myself gratitude. Thank you for protecting me. Thank you for keeping me safe. I love you. I release you, lovingly release you.
Yes.
And as I did those things, it started to melt away.
Exactly. And you start treating yourself differently, right?
Mm-hmm.
You start
And these
fueling
things
yourself
started
differently.
changing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people don't realize it doesn't matter what the number on the scale says. I've said the same things you said to yourself, Nadine. And the thing is for me, it turned into anorexia. So not obesity, but anorexia. So it's one of those things that it doesn't matter what the number on the scale says.
No, and the anorexia is just the flip side of the coin.
Mm-hmm. And
It's
that number does not define your self-love. You hit that number and it doesn't mean you magically love yourself.
No, and that's the thing the other thing I tell people when I'm, working with them, when I'm coaching them is the size of your body does not determine your worthiness as a human. And we attach our worthiness as a human to a number on a scale, to a clothing tag.
Or to like pictures in the media, right? Of this is how a fit body is supposed to be. So they're amazing.
Yeah, and then you see have you seen that viral TikTok where they show the behind the scenes of the gal doing the workout photo shoot?
Mm-mm.
They show it's behind the scenes and they show what goes on and they're prepping her and they're getting her dressed to go do these fabulous photos that she's going to do. And she has 4 inches of padding on her ass in her pants.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah.
I did see that.
Too, is that
and that's what we're comparing ourselves to. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're fine. It's just with fitness models online, especially because working so hard on my body, those girls don't look like that all the time. It takes so much work to look like that. It's like you go do a photo shoot, you change outfits, but they don't walk around looking like that every day of their life.
And they will tell you that it's so unhealthy.
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to Chalene Johnson recently, and somebody was asking her about why she left the fitness industry and such. And she said, I never was more unhealthy in my life. I was very unhealthy. I was thin, but I wasn't healthy. And people in the fitness industry aren't healthy. They appear to be healthy, but they're not. And, it's focusing on the wrong thing, and it's one of the other things that I talk about, that was a realization for me when I going through my journey. Cause like you just said, Nicole, you think you're going to arrive at this number and that it's just all going to melt away. And all of a sudden I just am so in love with me. And and I look so great in my clothes, and it's not, nope. It don't work like that, because wherever you go, there you are. Wherever you go, there are your thoughts. And one of the
They're always stalking me.
I know, mine too. It's crazy.
Biggest creepers.
I'm telling you, one of the biggest things that I thought would change for me was trauma in the dressing room. I I know I am not alone for people who have trauma in the dressing room.
I'm one of
You
those.
go to the store. Well, I hope that what I'm about to share, I hope it rocks your world, because it rocked mine. So I would go to the store and get clothes, and I was like size 18 to 20, maybe 3X was the height of where I was. And I'd go to the store and I'd, shop at like TJ Maxx or Ross, and I'm like grabbing this stuff off the rack. I have 30 things in the cart, and I go into the dressing room and I try on 30 pieces of clothing and 3 fit. And so therefore, I am having a talk with myself that is extremely unkind, very judgmental, and I am in complete trauma, and I'm internally having a meltdown because I'm not going to have a meltdown at the store, but I'm fighting back tears. I know I'm not alone. Does this sound familiar to you, Nicole?
Yes, it does.
Right?
Dudes feel this too. Like I'm trying a pair of skinny jeans when you don't have skinny legs.
Right.
When you're tall and skinny, and there's nothing that's long enough that fits you in the waist, or there's nothing that fits you in the waist that's long enough. This is why I wear booty shorts, Ryan, because I can't find things that fit my frame.
I'm gonna get booty shorts.
And I have this same conversation that Nadine's having in her brain of like,
it's real.
Shorter.
Yeah, exactly. If my body, it's like, it was just awful. And it was it was very traumatizing, like crying traumatizing, just because I went to the store and because I needed new pants. So
I hate shopping.
When I'm shopping now, so I go buy, that's why I buy children's clothes. So I'm shopping for clothes. I've lost, 30, 40 pounds, whatever. And, pull 30 things off the rack, and I'm way thinner. Pull 30 things off the rack, walk into the dressing room. It's going to be so different. Guess how many things fit me?
3.
It's the same. And that's what I want you all to know. I want you all to know that it does not matter the size of your body. It does not matter what's on the scale. It doesn't matter what's on the tag, because no matter what size you are, when you go into the dressing room and you bring 30 pieces of clothing, only 3 are going to fit. And the reason that only 3 are going to fit, here's the thing. That piece of clothing wasn't designed for you. That piece of clothing was designed on a mannequin. That piece of clothing was designed for a very specific body type that was not yours and not mine. It was designed for someone else. It wasn't meant for you. And I spent 50 years of my life beating myself up because clothes that wasn't designed for my body didn't fit me. I'm not a runway model. And if you ever watched the show Project Runway, if you've ever seen the show Project Runway, I love that show. They have these models, and these models that they're designing clothes for are size 2 or 1 or 0. Okay. And then when they want to throw the designers a curveball, do you know what they do? When they want to throw them a curveball, they bring in a plus size model, and the designers lose it. They melt down. They shut down. I've seen them have temper tantrums. I've watched them go, I can't do it. I don't know how to design for a woman with curves, because those clothes is in the racks are not designed for women with curves. They're designed for a woman that is a size 0, a size 2, a size 4. And we're in there beating ourselves up because it doesn't fit. It's not supposed to fit. The only way that a clothing piece will fit you perfectly is if it's couture. If it's couture, then you can get upset. If your couture gown doesn't fit because you gained a few pounds, okay, then maybe you could get upset. Until then, And the other thing I learned that I did not understand is that a lot of these women, and I do use women, Ryan, I know men also struggle, but I'm a woman.
I relate.
I only understand the female aspect of it.
Me too.
And The thing about it is that I didn't know this, that these women who are walking around with clothes that fits perfectly, you know why it fits perfectly? Because they had it altered.
Yeah. My husband gets his stuff altered so it fits him.
Didn't even know that that was a thing.
Yeah.
And so stop judging yourself by what happens in the dressing room. Stop being traumatized by what happens in the dressing room. That piece of clothing wasn't meant for you.
Thank you. I needed to hear that. I'm going shopping for clothes for the event.
Right?
So
many people at home right now could go out and it just shifted. Just that one piece of advice.
It's huge. It was huge when I realized it, when I had that moment, when I had that awakening moment. And that's why, like, I will never be obese again. Ever. And the reason I know for certain that I will never be obese again is because I don't think like this anymore. You got to stop the thoughts. And it's funny because
I'm betting, Nadine, Gam Gam, that you have an I am statement, written out. Like, and you tell yourself these things. Steve Hardison has his people put an I am statement together. Right?
Oh, yes. I have it. It's in the other room. I mean, I would go get it if you want me to do and read it to you. I'm happy to.
We're getting to the end of our show. This would be the perfect
You want to get your I am statement?
I can go get it. I'll go get it.
We got some extra time. Are you okay on time?
I'm fine. I have,
your house isn't burning down.
I don't know if, when I open the door, am I going to be like.
If the smoke fills up and Gam Gam
disappears, you hear me coughing.
We got you. Yeah. Don't die. Please don't.
I'll be right back.
Not right now. I have to hug you first. That's interesting. Like the things that Nadine is talking about and
well, it's like the clothes in the UK. Like I've lived overseas in South Korea, and the way that they size their clothes there are different than how they size them here, like Asian sizes. So it's just it's all made up anyways, but we choose to judge ourselves off of. Some of us choose to judge ourselves off of the size on the tag when they don't really matter.
Oh, and of course it's like perfect. It's the prettiest thing I've ever seen. Like
it's beautiful.
My I am statement. In fact, I've booked a time with Abigail Olaya to work around my I am statement to get it to a very beautiful place.
She's awesome.
Yeah.
I love Abigail. And then just because I said, hey, if I have time.
Yeah, very different.
Yeah.
Oh, girl.
I thought you guys might want to see this.
Wow.
Look at this. Gam Gam. Go Gam Gam.
These are my pants. And I'm not showing these with judgment. There's no judgment. It's really important to me that people know that it's not about, because I don't want, it's like when I call myself fat, I'm not just judging me.
Yeah.
I'm judging other people. Am I not? And so I always want to make sure that people know that I love that person who I was, and I know what that person went through. I know how hard she tried, and it was very hard to let go of her because I associated with her for so long that I'd walk by a mirror, and you probably experienced the same thing, right? And you walk by a mirror and you're like, who the hell is that? Did you experience that when you lost all the weight? Like you didn't recognize yourself at first?
Yeah.
I didn't recognize myself.
Yeah.
I would see myself in the mirror and I'd be like, whoa, oh, that's me. And it was because I only associated myself with a fat person.
Yep.
I freaking love you. How about that? I refuse to go on stage until I hear you speak it. Deal. What is he talking about?
Your I am statement, I think.
Oh.
Let's hear it.
I'll speak it.
Natalie's got to bring hers. Bring your I am statements to the ultimate experience.
I'll get on the stage. I'm not afraid.
I don't think she is.
Never. I'm one of those people that is not afraid of speaking in public. Okay. I am. My life is a beautiful song, and these are the lyrics of my life. I am a child of God. I am an extension of Him. Self-love and acceptance comes easy and effortless to me. I love and care for my miraculous body. I am a wellness coach that guides my clients back to themselves in love. I am a successful speaker and best-selling author who is retired. And I make just a boatload of money. Retired. Okay. My work is where I find tremendous joy. I have helped more than 1 million of God's children back to wellness. I know I need fear nothing. I know I need do nothing. I must simply be. I share my God-given enthusiasm with the way I show up. I love life. I am that nothing bothers me, irritates me, or triggers me because I am healed from the past. I remember to stay in the current moment. I am that I understand nothing happens outside of me. I am happy, healthy. I am a happy, healthy, loving wife, mother, grandmother, and my family feels it. I am a wonderful friend. I inspire. I am a gifted teacher. I am a gifted writer. I use my gifts in service of myself and others. I live and love in abundance. I am that I have forgotten all of my limited beliefs. My wisdom and knowing is infinite. God is my source. I am patience, kindness, and understanding and love in all situations. I am filled with love and gratitude. I trust that God provides all that I need. I experience unlimited wealth in all aspects of my life. I don't sweat the small stuff, and it's all small. I'm extraordinary in the way I show up. I am free of judgment for myself and others. I seek first to understand. I am paid generously for being me. I am that I enjoy self-care and make it a priority. I am that I am always creating myself authentically. I am that I am always creating what is meant for me to create. I am that I am forgiveness towards myself in all ways. I am hope. My name means hope, by the way.
And
Nadine means hope in Russian.
and guess what? That is exactly how I experience you.
Oh, so excellent. And I will tell you that when you recreate yourself every day, and I do forget to recreate myself every day with this, when I say I don't read this every day, and it's like I have it hanging in my bathroom so that I can remember. And when I do recreate myself, like one of my declarations is that I am patience, kindness, and understanding and love in all situations. And yesterday, I was not that. I'm going to cry. I was on the phone with my daughter and I was very unkind. I was not nice. And so when you recreate yourself every day and you remember that you are love, patience, and kindness, when you get out of alignment with that, you're like, boom, wait a minute. That is not who I am. And so it was easy for me because that is not who I am. I was not kind to my daughter yesterday. And I have apologized to her 57 times, seriously. And when you realize that when you're incongruent with who you be, you can go clean it up.
Yeah.
I had to do some cleanup, and I did clean it up. I cleaned it up. I apologized immediately. I sent her 57 text messages. I called her. I'm like, and she accepts my apology because she knows that's not who I be. And I was just feeling anxious and it doesn't matter, but I corrected it because I was out of alignment with who I be.
Which even speaks more volumes about who you be.
I try to be a really good human.
You are really, really, really good, Gam Gam. You're the best Gam Gam. The best damn Gam Gam I've ever met.
I hope my other grandkids feel the same.
They do. They told me.
Oh, good.
But they can be your favorite.
I love those kids so much.
I'm your fourth favorite. It's fine.
That's okay. Good.
Good with
Telling you. Because the oldest one, River, she's the one who really saved my life. Because it was like I found out I was going to be a grandmother, and then seeing myself in the mirror and just all of it, and I'm like, I can't even barely bend over to feed the dogs because I can't reach the dog food on the ground. How am I going to play with these grandkids? So she saved me, that girl.
There's these moments, and they can come in all sizes, shapes, beings, where they are your giants. She was your giant in that moment. And she woke you up to a new way of being and helped you see how you were playing, right? Nick talks about seeing your small parts. We talk about our pinkies.
I was playing so small.
Playing small, right? But that is a moment where you're like, oh my gosh, I cannot even bend over to get the dog food. How am I going to play with my grandkids?
No, and I am on the floor all the time.
Right? Go,
yeah. Yeah, and I
now you
get
have a
down
choice
on the
to make,
floor.
right?
Yeah, I get down on the floor. It's like my daughter will go, Mom, you can sit on the couch. I'm like, no, I'm good down here on the floor playing with the kids. Thanks.
Good.
And I'm always down on the floor. And I didn't do that with my own kids, but as a Gam Gam, I'm a good Gam Gam.
You are a good Gam Gam. You're the best damn Gam Gam around. That's what I
Thank
say.
you. Thank
And
you.
you know what? I know the time has gone fast. Can we have you back again in the future on all of our shows? Every show that we've ever
Yes.
done?
Yes.
Okay. Well, this is
I always want to come back. I'm hosting.
She
Next
is
month. I
hosting.
spaced it out so that it was like
I
some
saw that
time.
on the
So
schedule.
we
I
have
it now.
there's the announcement right there. Gam Gam down. She is down to host her own show, and so we will be having Gam Gam on more often. And I'm about 110% sure that other hosts are going to want you on their show too to talk to you, and so they'll
I would
schedule
love
that out with you. And if it's in integrity, if it lines up with what you're doing, they would love to have you on there. And if you're not on TikTok, you need to get
I
on
get
TikTok and follow Gam
nervous.
Gam.
I get
Tell them
nervous.
where we can we find you, and let's post
Well,
it.
so please, I would love for you to follow me on TikTok. Gamgams.kitchen is my TikTok channel.
Can we add
And
that as a
then
banner?
dot
Gamgams.tiktok.
kitchen.
Oh,
Gamgams.kitchen is my username on Instagram and on TikTok.
right there.
I'm not as active on Instagram, but I'm very active and committed to TikTok. That is where my focus is, and my Facebook groups. My Facebook group is Gam Gam's Keto Kitchen, and it's a lot of this similar content. It's just I can talk to people more in Facebook. And then I have It's Not You, it's the Die It masterclass. That's totally free. Please join that masterclass. It will help you understand why the combination of foods that you eat is what is most important. It's not about calories. Stop starving yourself. You don't have to. You could be very fulfilled and eat you. Ryan will tell you. I know he's not hungry ever.
Never. No, I eat a
I'm
lot.
never hungry.
It's a lot. Building muscle in the gym. If you go to the gym, you got to eat a lot to build muscle. Building
Protein
muscle is freaking hard. Yeah.
And you gotta eat protein. It's like, and with this new journal, logging your food helps you to see what you can do without judgment. And that's the other class. Grab a pen instead, where I teach you how to heal your body without judging yourself. And I'm building a community there where we will support and love on each other while we go through the journey of healing and letting go of some of those old stories. And it's all, based on people sharing from their journals, and just, I really want to build a community. That's what I hear is in my head.
Well, you have a community with us. So we thank you. We appreciate
the Gam Gam show.
The Gam Gam show is coming on. It's coming in hot. And there it is. You know what?
Natalie will fight to the death. I love it. You guys fight. I'll make time for it. I told my I manifested this 5,000 things that I'm doing a book tour right now on podcasts. That's what I'm manifesting right now because I really want to help people heal. I really want to.
So it is. And you've helped us heal today. Well, if we had like 4 hours, I think we wouldn't even scratch the surface. And so you're going to have to tune in to the Gam Gam show. You got to go follow her on TikTok, go join her groups, join her masterclass, get around Gam Gam because her energy is infectious.
Yeah.
Her I am statements are true because that is exactly how you're showing up. And so
thank you. That means a lot to me.
It's true. It's easy when it's true. I tell people that all the time. It's easy when it's true. And so thank you, Gam Gam.
Thank you, you guys.
Nicole, she is the expert. She's the expert of the three of us, you and her. I'm like, I just show up in a tracksuit and say Gam Gam a lot.
Oh, stop. I had just had so much fun. Give me a break.
Nicole, do you have any final thoughts? We need to get you in here one more time.
My final thought is it would be that, let's see, when you love yourself, it would be something about just love yourself where you're at. You never arrive at a number and you magically love yourself. So love yourself where you're at. That's what I'm saying.
Amen to that. I don't even know how much I weigh. I don't know how much I weigh. I have no idea. I don't weigh anymore.
I love that.
Yeah.
Doesn't
I
matter,
stopped.
right?
No,
Yeah.
doesn't. My jeans fit. That's all that matters to me.
Yeah.
If I can zip my jeans up, I'm good. Or your tracksuit, whatever, tracksuit Thursday.
I just threw my jeans away. So I just wear leggings. So it's
But
like,
there you go. Now you get to go shop without judgment.
I know. I love that. Thank you. I needed it.
Okay, well, join us next week. Do we know who's on next Thursday night for Wake Up with Giants Radio?
Look and see.
Ooh, drum roll.
Oh, I have it open here. So let's see. It looks
coming.
like it is How to Jump the Hurdles of Life Transitions with Bill
Schuffenhauer? Is that it?
Schuffenhauer?
Olympic. So he's Winter Olympics medal. Like he's won medals. I think it was silver medalist multiple times. Okay,
No,
John
he's- she
Abney is
don't
his
like
buddy,
her
the
either.
former jazz bear. This man is incredible. I see him all over the place, just giving, serving, loving, just being exactly how I experienced Gam Gam, just all over the place, just spreading love and joy and all this positivity. And he'll talk to us about those amazing things. So join us next week. We're in the show there. Melissa Ross might be on next week. She wasn't feeling as great, and maybe we'll get Nick. Maybe we'll get all of us. Who knows? It's a surprise every week, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
We love you, Giants.
Love
Go
you
make
guys.
go do, go be, go love yourself.
Be giant in your
Giant.
love for yourself. Yes.
Love you too.
Love you guys.